In this video, we're going to go over two quick mnemonics to help you remember the spinal levels within the branches of the sacral plexus. All you need to remember at this point is that the sacral plexus is formed from the branches from L4 to S4, so a nice 4 to 4. And to start off this first mnemonic, we're going to count from L4 to S5 in increments of 3. So we start with 4, we go 4, 5, 1, and then we shift our frame of 3 by one number. So next will be 5, 1, 2, then we shift, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5. So now we've gone from L4 to S5, and you'll notice this nice linear little trend we have of blocks of 3. So to help keep our branches in order, you can throw on just this little lines like this, because what we want to focus on are these groups, these vertical groups of 3. So we're going to do that here. And then one final little extra mnemonic in this video is SIPS, S-I-P-P-S. And that will help you remember the order of the branches. So first we have the superior gluteal nerve, and you'll have to keep in mind that this combination of 4, 5, 1, oops, we can do a better job of that, 4, 5, 1 is found within the superior gluteal nerve, and also the nerve to the quadratus femoris, which also supplies the inferior gemellus, carries branches 4, 5, 1 as well. So these are two separate nerves with the same branches within them. So moving on to the next block, we have inferior gluteal nerve and the nerve to the obturator internus, which also supplies the superior gemellus. So this can kind of help you keep things organized in that first on top we start off with superior gluteal, and underneath that we have inferior gluteal, and then it's reversed for the gemellus muscles. So with superior we have the nerve innervating the inferior gemellus, and vice versa for down here. So that's how I keep it straight anyway. Moving on, we have the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh, which receives S1, 2, and 3. Then we have the pudendal nerve, which receives 2, 3, and 4. And finally, and this one is a little different than the rest, because remember, oops, not 4, but just 5 is not part of the sacral plexus, but we have it in there so we can keep our trend of counting to 3s. So we have on the horizontal the sciatic nerve, which gets 4, 5, 1, 2, and 3, but does not get S4. So to summarize this one, starting with L4 and counting by 3, we have 4, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then if you're following along, we really only need 3 for this last one. And then we can throw in our guides right here to help keep our branches straight. And then we've got the one on the diagonal. And we have our mnemonic SIPS. And I'm not going to write this out so we can make it quicker. So for S, we have the superior gluteal nerve and the nerve to the quadratus femoris, which also innervates the inferior gemellus. For I, we have the inferior gluteal nerve, and these levels are also found in the nerve to obturator internus, which also supplies the superior gemellus. P is the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh. The second P is the pudendal, and the final S is the sciatic nerve. In the second mnemonic, we will just write down all of the spinal levels found within the sacral plexus, which is L4 to S4. And then we're going to draw a series of boxes which will contain the branch or the spinal levels found within the different branches of the sacral plexus. So we're going to do this just like within the last mnemonic, by grouping in 3 and then shifting down the line with each successive box. So our first box is 4, 5, 1. Then we shift down one number, so we have 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then I did this in a different color. I know on exams and in a pinch you're not going to have separate colors, but just for clarity, for explanation, in blue we have L4 through S3. And as you're probably expert in now, the first box is going to be the superior gluteal nerve, as well as the nerve to the quadratus femoris, which also does the inferior gemellus. And then we're going to have the inferior gluteal nerve, and also these same levels within the nerve to obturator internus, which also supplies the superior gemellus. Then we're going to have posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh. Then we're going to have the pudendal, and finally the sciatic. So to review this mnemonic real quick, we start with writing down all of the levels found within the sacral plexus. So we have starting with L4, L5, S1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can throw in our boxes. So first 3, and we'll throw in a little line right here. And then we shift down 1, and I extend these boxes out to the side a little bit so you can help see which this box includes. And then we go back down to 1, 2, and 3, and then finally 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. So we have we have S, I, P, P, and then for the sciatic, I guess we'll just do it a little bit sloppy. And here's our sciatic.